wanted to briefly go over some things about decorative wraps. When you're doing a wrap like I've done on this spiral wrap here, I've already epoxied this wrap. You'll notice that I've left some stuff here. I just wanted to show as an example on this rod that I'm building some things you can do once you have your wrap down and you've wrapped over the ends. You're going to leave some spots that are visible under any wrap you put over that, because the threads are going to stick up higher in these areas where this decorative wrap is underneath this wrap that I've placed on top of it to tie all that down. And I've left some ends sticking out here that I will show you how to get rid of those, and also to cover up these high spots on these areas. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to trim these ends that are sticking up. I want to trim those off with an X-Acto blade if I can here. Ordinarily an X-Acto knife will help you get some of those ends off. It helps to have a sharp one. And because I've already epoxied over this, this area is going to be stiffer than it would be otherwise. And that will also help in trimming that off. Now that's trimmed off pretty good there to where it's not sticking up like it was. And if I need to, I can even come back with a little sandpaper to smooth that out some more. I'm not actually going to do that right now because this part of my wrap is actually going to be hidden. I'm going to have a little bit of the silver trim exposed on this finished wrap. Parts of my grips will cover up a lot of this, but I don't want this ridge that's showing here to show up in the final result. So what I'm going to do here is, now that I've trimmed that off, I'm going to come back with some of my silver and go over this wrap where I've already put my epoxy, and that will help make this next wrap look to be level without the ridges in it. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this wrap that I've started up here a little bit. Try to get it evened out. And this coat of epoxy I put over this decorative wrap is pretty thin. I didn't want it too bulky, so I did a really thin coat, and I'm going to come back and recoat the whole thing once I get this trim band done here. So now you can see how much more level this side looks than this side back here where I'd originally wrapped over the end of that decorative wrap. More than half of this wrap is going to be covered by cork, so I'm not too concerned about this side over here. You'll see there's a little spacing on this side. If I was wanting to make this whole thing look even, I would have taken a little more time and sanded down these areas that were high on this end. But since I'm only concerned about from the halfway point down, I'm not going to worry about this side over here for what I'm doing. But if you wanted the whole entire wrap to look consistent, you'd want to spend a little more time straightening up both ends. But that's just kind of how you get a more even look to your decorative wraps where you've come through with your trim. You just epoxy the wrap and then wrap over the top of that, and the epoxy will help level that out when you come back with your trim color. And you can see the difference there about the levelness of that as versus this side here, where you can still see the raised edges where the decorative wrap runs under the trim. So I hope that helps y'all out. That's something that people don't really talk a lot about. They'll show how to do decorative wraps and things, but they don't spend a whole lot of time going over how you make those ends look neater when they're completed. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to y'all later.